in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll if they need me.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! Here we go, 302BIRDS, you know stinks. Go Birds!
Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to another episode of 302BIRDS. Dalton, KJ McCoy in the house. Got a lot to talk about. Some trouble in paradise between Dave Dombrowski and Bryce Harper. Look like they could use a Balboa steak to calm them down because we're going to talk about whether or not this beef is real or not. But the beef at Balboa Steaks is always real. That's the point I'm trying to make. If you guys haven't been, get down there today. The best cheesesteaks in Delaware. I want to thank our presenting sponsor of the show tonight. But if you guys want to call in, right now is your chance. That number is 302-316-4848. We're going to come back to Balboa Steaks here in a second, but let's talk about their neighbor up the street at El Diablo Burritos.
What do I want when I'm in the state of Delaware? Of course, El Diablo Burritos. Customer service always is serving your food with a smile on their face, asking how your day is, but their food is phenomenal as well. Their burritos are out of this world, one of the best burritos in town. Their queso is phenomenal. Their burrito bowls are amazing as well. When you're in and around Delaware, stop by your local El Diablo Burritos and tell them that 302BIRDS sent you. God bless. Go Birds.
All right, so first up, we got Dennis. How you doing, Dennis?
Dennis.
It's another day.
How are you tonight? I mean, it's great to hear you. I miss you.
I miss you too. That's why I was calling.
So what do you want to talk about? Eagles, Phillies, what's on your mind?
I want to talk about how the Eagles should stay far away from Reed Blankenship shit.
That's true. So you and KJ will differ on this because KJ has a signed jersey by Reed. I think Reed's had a pretty good tenure, so I think it's safe to say that KJ would probably be in favor of bringing Reed Blankenship back. But you, on the other hand, Dennis, you're like the president of the Reed Blankenship hate fan club. So I'll let you take it first and tell us why you don't want Reed to come back.
He's getting older. He didn't produce as many interceptions this season. He didn't deliver in as much as he normally does. Personally, I think he lost a step. And I just don't like the guy. I think there's better options out there.
Yeah, I mean, if there's better options, I mean, it definitely, I say we do go for it. Reed was amazing.
Sidney Brown.
I mean, no, Sidney Brown's not one of the options. He's not better than Reed Blankenship just because of one pick six he had.
He's better than freaking Makuba.
Scuba. But yeah, I mean, with Reed, I mean, if he leaves, then he leaves. Just hopefully just don't go to Dallas. So yeah, I mean, I definitely, I mean, the guy's a great guy. He's really nice to me and Dalt, but definitely, I mean, with what Dennis was saying, I mean, did his interception totals go down? Yeah, they did. But in general, though, I mean, I think definitely him losing C.J. Gardner-Johnson again kind of gave him another kind of role there at the safety position. So But we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, free agency's coming pretty soon, so.
This is a great question
He
here.
did give up that touchdown to Christian McCaffrey and cost us the game versus the 49ers.
Yeah.
You know,
Dennis,
he
I
did.
want to ask you this. This is a great, well, actually, I don't even need to ask you it. I would probably, believe it or not, though, guys, I'd probably go the same way as Dennis on this one. Adam on Philly Sports Poll said, Reed Blankenship or Jalen Phillips?
Jalen.
I agree. I think Jalen Phillips has a
think
real
Phillips.
spot on this team and a real future with the way that he played this year. And it's nothing against Reed, but that is where age really comes into it. But not only age, just Birds are more in need of an edge rusher. Safety's more of a disposable position. I don't know if the Eagles even still have this guy, Louis Cine. I don't know if he's still around on
No,
the
he's
team, but that's
gone.
a former first-round pick
He's
that
gone.
came on this
Thank-
roster.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's gone.
Right
That never yeah, there you go. The years are blending together. That never fizzled out. So they probably got to take somebody in the draft. I also saw today, this is very interesting, and I would be in favor of this. Now, here's a guy that's older, but a guy that can play. The Eagles are apparently in the mix for rumors for Minkah Fitzpatrick from the Dolphins. So
No.
that would be, I would be
did
all
hear
for it.
that.
That's
I
a
heard
baller,
about that.
man. I would think you would be pleasantly surprised with him. And he's also somebody that goes about his business, and he doesn't have to be super flashy about it like CJGJ or do anything like that. He can just handle his shit, go for it. I would love it.
I think he's kind of older.
I'll take
and I
Sidney
know
Brown.
I'd rather take Minka over freaking Sidney Brown. I'll tell you that. But yeah,
Cry
I mean,
baby.
who is?
Give the
Wait,
kid
who
a
is?
chance.
We have. He gets freaking dude. The guy literally.
No,
gets freaking
no. Philadelphia has not given him a fair chance. The kid was having a standout season when he tore his ACL, and then you guys expect the kid to be damn near perfect when he came back. Bullshit. I don't want to hear that. Nobody's gave that kid a fair shot since he came back from that torn ACL. I do not want to hear it. Because if that's the case, then y'all should be ripping on freaking Nakobe Dean for as much as he's been injured.
Yeah, no, I get that.
That bum can go too.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know that I would be that hard on Nakobe, Dennis. I
Yeah,
don't know
not
that
at
I would
all.
call him a
Nakobe's a
bum.
beast.
He's a great player. But I will say this. Nakobe Dean probably can walk in the free agency, as much as it pains me to say that, because here's the reason. I was a Nakobe Dean believer. Like, Dennis is the president of the Reed Blankenship Hate Fan Club. I was the president of the Nakobe Dean Believer Fan Club when he was going to get drafted here. He played well. He got a Super Bowl. But the problem with Nakobe, he's injury prone. I hate to say it, but it's true. And the Eagles really shouldn't re-sign a guy that's injury prone when you just sign Zach Bond to a good deal and Bond can prove that he can play. And you have the young buck, Jahad Campbell. So, yeah, they're probably going to
Don't
let
forget Trotter
Nakobe Dean
Jr.
walk, which sucks to say.
Yeah.
But I do think you're right on that, Dennis.
Don't forget Trotter Jr.
Well,
He's here,
Trotter
too. That's a great point.
is here, but Trotter Jr., though, at the moment is just a special teams guy. At the moment. I mean,
Takes time to develop, KJ.
Yeah, of course.
So my final question before I leave.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts or Dallas Goedert?
Oh, that's a great question. KJ, you can go first.
I'm going Kyle Pitts. I think he could really work with Jalen Hurts, and he's a hometown kid. And I know sometimes we've had these discussions about these hometown kids, and sometimes they don't pan out. I think Kyle Pitts would thrive here. I think he would be pretty good. That's who I think to go with. I think with Dallas Goedert, I think he's great. I think he's been awesome for us. He's helped us win a Super Bowl as well, but I think definitely he's going to get a big check from somebody else.
I'll say this, Dennis. Great question, first off. I said Isaiah Likely from the Ravens. And we're talking about that later in the show, so I'll save my opinions on that for later. So there's a reason to stay
Is he a free agent?
Huh?
Is Isaiah Likely a free agent?
Yep, he'll be a free agent too.
Oh, wow.
So there's going to be a good market for free agent tight ends. I would say this, the Eagles probably should look to get younger at tight end in this free agency, and they can still keep Goddard around, but it's got to be on the terms of Goddard coming back on a team-friendly deal. If it was up to me in that pick, I'd probably take Kyle Pitts too. Like, Kyle Pitts has so much potential, especially as a pass catcher. I know he may not be the most famous run blocker, but as a pass catcher, as reliable as they come, security blanket, and I feel like somebody that Jalen could rely on, like KJ was saying. What was Chris saying? You should be ashamed of that Kyle Pitts. I'm sorry. Dead. I know he hasn't proved as much, but if you
he was going at me, Dole. He was going at me.
My opinion goes, thank you, Dallas Goedert. Appreciate everything you've done, but you're getting older. You're starting to get hurt. The wear and tear is there.
Yep, that's the problem.
It's time to, we got to start building for the future. Kyle Pitts is still young, very young at that. The dude is a stud when he's got somebody to throw to him. Yeah. And then I think Grant Calcaterra has really earned his spot to where he's a good backup behind that, because we've seen him make miraculous catches over and over again. I think Kyle Pitts and Grant Calcaterra would be the best form to go in that scenario. The Eagles have a lot of ways that they can free up $14.1 million. They need to let go of Ringo. They need to let go of Jacorian Bennett and somebody else. So
Michael Carter.
If they free up that money, there's a lot of ways they can do it, but they have to find people to do team-friendly deals. Jordan Davis does deserve a decent contract, but he doesn't deserve crazy money. And that's just my opinion.
Dennis, I'll ask you this before you go. So Dallas Goedert does not, because Chris is saying this, he's saying all these guys that you guys are talking about are going to demand big money. Well, Dallas Goedert is going to demand big money.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
That's the main
thing. He can sit there and say, I'll do a team-friendly deal all day, but we all know that it's about money at the end of the day. He ain't going to take that much of a pay cut. He's not Jason Kelce.
He's going to demand a big contract, and it's for a guy that could be injured. To be honest, though, we've seen Dallas Goedert have these severe injuries. Like we've just seen him have these severe injuries.
And I'm going to say this. This is the last thing I'm saying. Do not, as much as I love the guy, for the love of God, do not re-sign BG.
Yeah, they need to get younger at edge. I do agree with that.
I agree with that. I think, you know what, it was cool how they brought him back. But you know what, though, and I know that BG's wanting to come back and everything like that. And I've said this before with the whole Jason Kelce thing years ago. We got to stop doing this whole reunion kind of thing. Bring it back, guys. It's cool, but then to be honest, though, it's all right. When the season's over, that's it. It's got to be it, because you got to get more younger and everything like that. Maybe Max Crosby. Me and Gavin were talking about it today. Max Crosby. It could happen. So maybe. I hope so. That would be awesome. So let's try. I definitely agree with that, Dennis. I agree with that.
I took up too much of y'all's time and everybody else's. I love you guys. Hope to see you soon. KJ, you're not down here fast enough, so I hate you. Dalton, you don't ever call me enough, so I hate you too. But I love you guys. 302 Birds family for life. And Franklin sucks.
We love you too, man. Thank you for calling in.
See you later, Dennis and Menace.
All right, that line is open for whoever wants to call in. First come, first serve. Thank you to Dennis for calling in. Yes, KJ McCoy. While we're waiting for people to call in, you will be going to spring training.
Yes, I will be there. And just to clarify with the package thing, I'm just going to tell you, I sent Dennis a hip hop Sixers jersey. That's what it was. it's a one of a kind. So that's what it was. But yes, I will be there tomorrow. I'm leaving 11 o'clock flight to, I believe I think it's a flight to Tampa. So I'll be really staying in St. Petersburg, but then I will be really in the Clearwater area. So I'll be going to the game on Sunday.
Yeah. Well, the king of South Philly himself is calling into the show tonight. Fratty, how you doing?
Give him the business.
All right.
Freddie.
What do you want to talk about tonight, Frat?
It's been a roller coaster of an off season. I'll tell you that.
Yes, it has. How you feeling about the whole Castellanos situation? You were texting me. Things are looking up.
Oh, definitely. I'm happy we released him. Somebody had to be broken up from the last 4 years. I mean, it's a shame. I just want to. I'm just dating back to a couple of years back when Rhys Hoskins got hurt in spring training, and I'm like, it's a shame because he didn't deserve to go. He didn't deserve to go. Rhys Hoskins, I think that really hurt and stung the Phillies team. But now here we are, a couple years later. Castellanos gets released almost a week ago. Tomorrow, but I'm feeling pretty good about it, and yeah, that's my opinion on that.
He could come back technically in Rhys Hoskins. Though he's still out there. Would you want the Phillies to bring him back?
I hate to say it. I hate to break it. No, he's too injury prone anymore. I hate to say he's too injury prone. He's not young. He's older now. We have enough old players on this team as it is.
Yep. The senior citizen home.
But I say no to bringing back Rhys. But overall, I'm very disappointed. I'm very disappointed in the most part of the Phillies. On the Phillies, not really. Besides Adolis Garcia, not really signing anybody else offensively. Keeping most of the same team. I think the biggest improvement we've made is to our bullpen. We did nothing to improve the starting rotation. We did nothing to improve the offense that much. Our bullpen is going to be lights out this year with Brad Keller, Yohan Duran, Kerkering will learn from his lesson last year. I'm calling that now.
Yeah, it's tough. He's been learning a lot of
And
lessons.
he won't. And if we choke in the playoffs again, he won't be the one that blows it at the end. I think our bullpen is our biggest. Our offense. I'm not saying our offense isn't our strength because it is as well. But our bullpen, I think, is the biggest win to what Dave Dombrowski has done the whole offseason. We signed multiple new arms, and we're looking good there. But our starting pitching rotation looks weak. I know I'm rambling on, guys. Aaron, I think Zach Wheeler is going to take a little bit to get back to his form again off the injury. His velocity may not be on top, Dalt and KJ. His velocity won't be on point at all.
Mm-hmm.
To start off with, but he'll get better as the season goes along. Aaron Nola, I don't know if he's going to be like last year, but I think he's going to be back to Cy Young form this year. I have a funny feeling that Aaron Nola is going to be back and he's going to have a better regular season. Andrew Painter, who knows with him. Kyle Walker, Philly Shardy, I don't know if you're listening, Philly Shardy. T-Walk pants, whatever. I think we're gonna.
Wait, what did he say?
He said T-Walk pants. That's what Fratty calls him for some reason.
But I think he's going to be an encore. But I'm not really. I'm a little upset that we got rid of Ranger Suarez. I'm upset.
Let's talk about that for a second. Actually, Frat, that's a great point. Losing a player like Ranger, right? Lot of downs over the past couple of years, but a lot of ups too, right? I think not last year, but the year before, started off with 10 wins and then had 10 losses after. When you hear about a player like Ranger Suarez leaving the Phillies, how much of an implication do you think that that's going to have on the team this year?
It is. Oh man, Golden. It is major because not only you lose a quality. Not, I wouldn't say Cy Young, but close to Cy. He was close to. He was a Cy Young pitcher before
He was
got
a
hurt
candidate for a
couple
long
years
time.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the problem is now your rotation has gotten weaker. I mean, you mean to tell me Wheeler Sanchez, Noah, who's not really reliable anymore, who I think
Noah
have a better
sucks. I
year.
agree. Noah
Who
sucks.
knows with him? But after that, you mean to tell me that you're going to trust in Tyler Walker, who could like go back into the saddle, and then Andrew Painter, KJ, who knows? He's been injured in his early career. Who knows if Andrew Painter is going to be a boom or bust? So I'm really I'm very concerned for the starting.
Yeah, it definitely is concerning.
I'm concerned.
I will say this, Fred. I
I'm
think it was. Oh, you still there? I was going to say.
Sorry, Case. I don't know what's going on.
You're good. You're good. No worries. I think it was really.
I'm very good.
Wait, can you hear me?
I'm very concerned with the start.
Must be some kind of a tech issue. Sorry about that, guys.
I think it is. Yeah.
But like I said, guys, I'm very concerned with the starting pitching rotation. But that doesn't mean I could see us picking up an extra arm by either the trade deadline or somehow maybe it's a last minute thing where we add a guy to our starting rotation. Maybe we're playing possum like Chad Ochocinco. Maybe we're going to add a guy during spring training and add an arm. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what route they go because they can always tune it up a little bit. They can always bring a guy in later in the season. But starting out, I'm very interested to see how does the team that they have play? And also, who do they bring up? Because I think it's obvious that Andrew Painter is going to get brought up. And certain players are going to be moved up. But who also is going to fall to the bottom? I'm interested to see that too. Like it's going to be very competitive as far as pitching goes. And I think like Fratty alluded to, the Phillies did a good job putting themselves in a position to have a lot of guys that they can shuffle around if one guy isn't working out. Like you got to have a lot of variables, I feel like, at pitcher. The more talent, the better. That's what I'm trying to say. The more talent, the better.
Yeah. I kind of disagree. I'm going to tell you this. I think Dombrowski did an awful. I was talking to Chaos Chris about this. Dombrowski did an awful job this offseason, and I don't think we can ignore that one bit. Mismanaging the whole situation, obviously, with Castellanos. I'm glad he's gone. You guys have heard my rants about him. I didn't like him. I'm glad he's gone, but I think they did it like the wrong kind of way. But yeah, it sucks because you still got to pay the guy. But then also Harrison Bader, you got him in the trade deadline, and he was a really great addition. And the guy thought he was coming back, and then he didn't. I think he wanted to be back here. He wanted to be a Philly, but unfortunately, they didn't sign him back. So I think it definitely, of anything, as I said before, I'm not that. I'm also ready for. I'm like ready for heartbreak, but then also like I'm not going to get heartbroken when like something bad does happen to the Phils because it's just like it's like a recycling effort. I keep on seeing every year, every season, just somebody just the bullpen explodes or something like that. Or I mean, the most of the time though in the postseason, the bats just go cold, and that's what I mean. We probably are going to have, unfortunately. I hate to be the negative Nancy, but I mean, and I'm usually not. I mean, you guys hear me. I'm usually positive about things, but we've seen this team too many times just really, when it comes down to it, not be clutch, especially in the postseason. And that's the problem issue I have right now. And the problem is they should have definitely cleaned. They should have cleaned house about 2 seasons ago really tried to recreate the roster, and they didn't. And that really is hurting them right now, I feel like. And it's going to keep on hurting them, keeping guys around with the daycare crap. I got to be honest. I know people love the daycare and everything like that. I'm sorry, but you got to split some of those guys. You got at least one or two of those guys should have been dealt with, should have been traded, should have been released. One of those guys should have been dealt with. Probably not Stott, but probably traded Bohm or probably trade Marsh. Those guys should have been dealt with. And they're some of the biggest culprits. I mean, people keep on saying that like, oh, well, I believe in this, I believe in that. But like same time though, Dombrowski really he had the money, he had the chances to really hit a home run with this offseason, but he didn't. And now we have Bryce Harper tipping his hat to the LA Dodgers. Like, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, they get an elite player, and I mean, the Dodgers are just nuts. I mean, the whole, they know how to deal with the whole salary cap and everything like that. But yeah, it's just, I mean, I think definitely people need to realize that Dave Dombrowski has put us in a hole. We probably still are stuck in a hole, and that's just how it is.
Makes sense. Well, Fratty, we appreciate you calling in, man. We got to move on to our next segment. Anything else you want to say on the way out?
Yeah, what's the name? One real quick thing is Adolis Garcia has World Series. He has won a World Series. So we got a little somebody who's on the team that actually won a World Series. And real quick before you guys move on, one more thing. We're coincidence. He's playing versus his former team to start the year here in Philly, opening day, Texas.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're odd coincidences. But anyway, I'll let you guys go.
Nice little chance for revenge.
I'll be back, guys. I'll be back soon, guys. Another month, Phillies post game. A little over a month, maybe less.
Fratty,
thank you, Frat. Have a good night.
I'll be in Clearwater this weekend, Frat.
And I think, honestly, in honor of that...
Yo, Fratty, give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Fratty's Corner. It's Fratty's Corner.
All right, I had to show a little bit of love to Fratty's Corner. Thank you for calling into the show,
give him the
Fratty.
business.
But let's take it to...
Time for Phillies talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch.
All right. This is interesting. I want to see... Sorry, I picked the wrong thumbnail. This is what I wanted. The drama continues. I want to talk about the Bryce Harper, Dave Dombrowski saga and beef. I've had a lot of time to think about this. And at first, and I think I still am for the most part, I'm Team Bryce, right? Like, you got to ride with Bryce Harper throughout this. KJ just said the team didn't do much, especially offensively, this offseason to help themselves. So there's no backing that Dombrowski did. But I do think Bryce Harper is being a little bit dramatic. I think Bryce Harper's taking this a little bit further than he should. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. I do think he's being a little bit more dramatic, though, because I think they were talking about it a lot on 94 WIP today. Especially, I was listening a little bit to the 10 o'clock hour with Hugh and Joe, and they were just saying, like, being from a different generation, how each generation would have taken that. And I think that that's a really interesting take. But I do think that, look, Bryce didn't have the year that he wanted. And I feel like it's not okay that the organization can't say that, but Bryce can. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be able to put your money where your mouth is, buddy. And I'm not disappointed in Bryce. I'm not upset with Bryce. But I do think that Bryce is kind of like, you don't also wear a shirt that says not elite. And then when the media asks you about it, play it off like you don't care. If you're wearing a shirt that's not elite, you still care. That's my take on it. But going on podcast, being asked about it, it's not like he can control that. I do think that that's a little bit overly dramatic. Like, that was the biggest off story season for Bryce. So of course we're gonna hear that asked as a question. Like, that's a layup. That's a no-brainer. But where I feel like I am upset is, okay, it's like you wore a shirt that said not elite, and now you're in a press conference saying, it didn't really matter to me. Like, when you put on that shirt that said not elite, you thought about that. When you took the ride over to the practice facility, you thought about that, right? Like, that's my takeaway on it. So I do think that it's a little bit of both sides. I think that Dombrowski definitely doesn't have the right to talk because he hasn't given Bryce any help. It's not like Dombrowski also hasn't tried. I feel like that's unfair to say. He has tried. He's just made incredibly Dombrowski decisions, right? Like Trey Turner. I think even most of us would have fucked up the Trey Turner thing, right? Like, nobody knew that wasn't going to work out the way that it is. So I do give him a little bit of a pass for that. Bo Bichette had him in our hands, dropped it. It was like a wet bag. Don't know that I give him a pass for that one. Kepler needed PEDs to perform. So it's not like, these decisions that he's made have been great, but I feel like some of them are out of his control too. But it also doesn't give him the pass. I definitely think Dombrowski's clock is ticking in Philadelphia, and the team's going to get ready to move on from him soon. So I think it's a little bit of both sides, and I am a little bit disappointed in Bryce Harper, I will say. I just feel like Bryce should just be like, the last thing I'll say about it, because I know I'm going off on a tangent and a rant, it's just something I'm passionate about. You can't say that you want to keep everything in-house and then not keep this in-house. Like, that's just double standard, in my opinion. So you got to pick a way. Like, you can't be a tough guy and be like, well, we're going to keep everything in-house, and then come out in a shirt that says not elite, right? So I'm worried. I'm worried that this is going to make this relationship go sour, and we won't see Bryce Harper fulfill that 13-year contract. I think that's looking way too far ahead. But at the same time, this isn't going to be a thing in a week. It's not. Like, so me just going off on that rant, what's it going to do, right? Like, this won't matter once we get into regular season. Nobody will be talking about this. Everybody will be talking about the regular season. But there is some tension going into the season between Dombrowski and Harper. If it doesn't go well, I think Harp's going to be looking to get out of here, in my opinion, if Dombrowski's not.
Yeah, he could. And if you think about it, a lot of the moves have been, they have been surrounded, and they've also related to Bryce Harper. A lot of these moves. Trey Turner, that's Bryce Harper's buddy from the Nationals. JT Realmuto. Remember that Bryce Harper, when the first contract happened, when they re-signed JT and extended his contract the first time, not this time, but the first time, you had Bryce Harper wearing a shirt saying, sign JT. So he was urging Dombrowski to sign JT, re-sign him back. So he did that. He has been granting Bryce Harper's wishes. And to be honest with you, like, I am a Bryce fan, but there are times where it's like the guy doesn't back up what he doesn't back it up in the postseason. I think this offseason, not this offseason, but this last series that we had with the Dodgers, Bryce really didn't show up. And I think definitely that is something where, you know what, though, like, even though he didn't show up, Dombrowski shouldn't be saying what he said. But he's being brutally honest. But as a GM, you shouldn't be saying that, because now you have a guy who literally puts butts in the seats at Citizens Bank Park in Bryce Harper. You have a guy who is confused and doesn't know if he's wanted or not wanted. So that's where I think it's all just a big mess. I think both sides are wrong. I think hopefully they come to a truce. I don't know if they can. It really depends. It really does. It could be like how the situation is like with Castellanos and Thompson, how you could realize, and you kept on hearing more things about it, like literally a day ago, that Castellanos and Thompson did not really interact. So that could be like that kind of relationship with Dombrowski. I mean, it really could be that kind of relationship. So I think Bryce was definitely, I mean, to keep it going definitely isn't a good look. I don't know how serious he is about leaving or not. It's just only time will tell. But I mean, it would really suck if Bryce left like that. But I mean, like Dave Dombrowski has made these moves to make Bryce Harper happy. He has done that. But don't get me wrong, though. He's also he's made those moves in the past. But then recently, though, he's not making moves that really Bryce Harper wants. Or you can notice that Bryce Harper's like, okay, that's a good move. Bryce Harper was praising the GM of the Dodgers, the World Series Dodgers. He was praising him. It was almost like he was shooting right back and clapping right back at Dombrowski. He wasn't saying anything good about Dombrowski's offseason. He was saying good stuff about the Dodgers offseason. And it was almost like a tit for tat kind of thing. They were going, I mean, a jab and I mean, they're going back at it. They're boxing pretty much, as we were saying before. But yeah, it definitely is a mess. Hopefully they can figure it out. And Bryce needs to step up as a leader. And honestly, when it comes down to opening day, just forget about it. Seriously. I mean, you need to put it aside from you and just like focus on the team. Focus on the team and play your best ball you can play. That's all I have about that situation. It's unfortunate, but there's a lot of details to unravel and a lot of just a lot of things that really transpired with this situation.
Yeah, it'll be over in a month, if not a week. So we'll see. But hey, you can't say Dombrowski didn't do anything this offseason. KJ, he signed an 11-year-old, okay? So in like 10 years from now, we might have a quality player. Well, we will have a quality player. But just a really interesting move by the Phillies to sign an 11-year-old shortstop. We'll see where it goes for them. But it's crazy to see of how the MLB is going now.
Yeah, I made a post about it on my TikTok. I mean, this is kind of crazy. I was trying to really figure out if this is Dombrowski or if this was an organization really making this move. But yeah, they used some money to sign a contract, to give a contract to a kid from the Dominican Republic. And it's pretty nuts. I mean, this is a true story. I mean, the kid's 11 years old. He's a phenom in Dominican Republic. And he will, I mean, most likely right now, as long as they don't trade his rights eventually, he will be a Philly and suiting up with red pinstripes in 2031. I believe it was like 2031. So, Nady, what's going on? But yeah, I think definitely that's a crazy move. I mean, think about it. You're a kid and you're getting, what was it? Was it 1.8 million? Something like that.
Yeah, like what the fuck would you do with 1.8 million at 11 years old?
What's the kid going to use it on? Fortnite bucks or something? It's
I was going to say Roblox.
Yeah, like Roblox bucks or whatever. It's like I wouldn't know what to do if I was 11 years old and having that kind of money. I mean, that's like Richie Rich from
family.
It's like Richie Rich from Macaulay Culkin. I mean, you'd be living like the sweet life. I mean, that's what it would be. That's what it's going to be like for this kid. I don't know if this kid could touch the money now. I don't think he can, but I think it's like in the future or whatever. But I mean, he's going to be set for life. I mean, his family's going to be set for life. I mean, that's just, it's mind-boggling that they are. I mean, I haven't heard anything like this. I haven't heard anything where, I mean, I have heard of this. Like, I don't know if you remember Baby Gronk. Remember that kid, Baby Gronk? I mean, his name is not Gronk, but he's this one kid that has his mullet, and he's like, I think he's like 13 or 12. I don't know how old he is, but he got a full scholarship from LSU. He's committed to the LSU Tigers. So he apparently he's committed to them already. And he's like young. So these kind of offers and contracts are already being offered to these young kids, and it's nuts. It really is nuts. And hopefully this kid will not, I mean, I'm talking about the kid that got signed by the Phillies. hopefully he doesn't let the pressure get to him. I mean, it's a lot of pressure for an 11-year-old. I don't think it's tough for any kid to really handle this kind of pressure. I mean, I wouldn't know where to start. I would not know where to start. So good luck to the kid. I hope he does well. I hope we see him in red pinstripes in the next 10 years. I think it was 10 years or something like that. Because we were saying he could play 31. So I guess it's not 10 years then. It's just like, it's like 5 or around like 5 or 6. So we'll have to wait and see. It's going to be interesting to see what they really do with this kind of situation.
Yeah, it will. So we'll see where they go, but let's go ahead and bounce past it into KJ's court.
You are now listening to KJ's Court, Sixers Talk presented by the Sleeper app.
Well, yeah, the Sixers have been on an all-star break right now, and a well-needed all-star break. The good thing is, even though we did trade away McCain, we kind of got back a familiar face in Cameron Payne. Cameron Payne a couple seasons ago was a pretty decent player for us. He really stepped up. I believe he was one of those deadline trades that we had a couple years ago. I'm trying to think, it was 2 years ago, or I think it was 2 seasons ago. I mean, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, we got him back. He was actually over in Europe playing European ball. So I mean, he's back in the NBA, back here with the Sixers. Let's see how he does. And then the All-Star game happened, and the dunk contest was awful. They need to really try and recruit some legit players. I mean, some legit talent. I mean, they really do need some guys like Zion. They need some guys who are just going to literally take the cap off the freaking roof with the dunk contest. We just need something like that again, or the dunk contest is just going to fizzle away, just like how the Pro Bowl should fizzle away in the NFL. But I will tell you this, even though I might say that Adam Silver is a horrible commissioner, I think he's one of the worst commissioners right now in professional sports. What he did this weekend and with the All-Star game itself, I mean, you had more people actually tune into it. This has been I think it was like the most viewed All-Star game since 2011. This was a different kind of format. They kind of did it like how the NHL does it with the 4 teams, and it's like a round robin kind of tournament kind of thing. And then the 2 USA teams got to play against each other for the championship. And that was the way they did it. It was pretty cool. And it was definitely, you saw some more defense, which you want to see from these All-Star games. You want to see that kind of effort. There was more defense. There were some game-winning shots. I think it was De'Aaron Fox with a really nice shot, nice clutch shot. Kawhi Leonard went off, so that was cool to see. But yeah, I think the All-Star game, it was thought it was the best All-Star game. I wouldn't go, no, not of all time. Not of all time, Jess. Whoa. Not of all time. No. There's, I mean, you can't forget the ones like in the 2000s. I mean, like the 2001 All-Star game was, I mean, that was a good All-Star game as well. There's a good amount of ones, but yeah, that wasn't it. Give me the top 3. I'll give you a top 3 another time, just not now. We got to keep it going, but I definitely got to think about that, to be honest with you. I got to think about it. That's a good question, though. That really is. I'll give it to Jesse. But yeah, the Sixers take on, I believe they have a game. They start back tomorrow from the All-Star break, and they will be taking on the Hawks. Yeah, the Atlanta Hawks. I believe it's Dr. J's 76th birthday. So if you're at the game and you see him, go wish him happy birthday. The Doc, Dr. J. Julius Irving. So yeah, that'll be cool. I mean, one of my dad's favorite players of all time. So yeah, hopefully the Sixers can bounce back from some horrible moves they made. We'll see.
We hit the nail on the head for everything Sixers. I don't have anything to add, but let's go ahead and move it on to the Eagles. And I got a hot take, a knockout take, one might say, powered by our main presenting show sponsor, Balboa Takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook.
This is the Knockout Punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
Never gets old. Thank you to Balboa Steaks. As I said, if you guys haven't, get out there. Try their roast pork, by the way. Real sleeper item on the menu. Another sleeper who could be coming in the free agency. I know Dennis had a great question earlier in the show about Kyle Pitts potentially coming to Philadelphia. Here's maybe more of a budget beast that I think would be just as good. Isaiah Likely. The Ravens kind of had a surplus of tight ends going on with Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely, and I think that there's even another guy that they had. Isaiah Likely is going to look at the free agency, and I would be pretty happy if the Eagles brought this guy in no matter what. If Goddard stays or if Goddard goes. Number one, the Eagles like to run two tight end sets a lot. I would imagine in Sean Mannion's offense with Saquon Barkley, probably like two versatile tight ends that can block but can also pass catch. So thinking about Likely and Goddard as a combo of tight ends, that's exciting. But if Goddard walks, I like Likely anyway because Likely's still on the younger side. I think if I'm not mistaken, Likely's only like 24, 25 years old.
He's younger.
Maybe 26 at worst. So he's still got plenty of time. He's got a good 2 or 3 years. And I feel like you can keep Isaiah Likely around for the majority of this team's Super Bowl window with Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts. Like, that's kind of your core that you're trying to build around right now. And I feel like he would fit perfectly into this offense. And there's a lot of things that he can do. I would really like Isaiah Likely, and I think that's more of a budget beast. What do you think, Mac?
Yeah, I think Isaiah Likely would really fit with this team. I feel like him and Jalen would really I think they would definitely fit. Same thing with Kyle Pitts. I feel like that would be a good move as well. I mean, I know people are kind of pissed off with the Dallas Goedert take, but the guy does get injured a lot. And that's the main concern we have. I mean, we just don't want injuries. I mean, that's almost impossible in this kind of game of football. But I mean, yeah, it's just, I feel like Isaiah Likely, definitely he had last season. Remember, he was the guy who literally they would have beaten the Chiefs by a toe. Like literally his toe was out of bounds. And that would have been, if it was in bounds, that would have been a touchdown. That was one of the first games. I'm pretty sure it was one of the first games. But yeah, I mean, he's had some unlucky kind of plays. Definitely, I feel like having a guy like Jalen Hurts out there and a guy who is a similar player to Lamar. They both can run. I mean, they both can really see the field pretty good. So I think definitely kind of transitioning over to a guy who has actually been successful. And I mean, I'm not going at Lamar. I'm just saying, unfortunately, I mean, like Jalen's been able to play against Mahomes, but he's been able to beat him. Lamar played Mahomes in the AFC Championship games and played him in divisional games, and it just didn't go well. I mean, it didn't go good enough for them to win the game. So, yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with Isaiah Likely. I would not mind him being here. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it would be a great fit. And now really quick, let's just talk about some stay or go candidates for the Eagles. Now, Nakobe Dean and Reed Blankenship are probably the two biggest for the Eagles. I think Jordan Davis is even on that list. I'm going to sit here and say this. Jordan Davis, we all know I'm not afraid to say I was wrong about. I would definitely bring back Jordan Davis. Yeah. Having him and Jalen Carter next to each other is a lethal combo. And I think that gives the Eagles more and more of a reason to run a 4-3 rather than a 3-4. Like, I'd rather have 4 big-ass linemen up front rather than 3 and then 4 linebackers, especially with them potentially losing to Nakobe Dean. So if I had to pick one out of Jordan Davis, Reed Blankenship, and Nakobe Dean to let one walk, I would probably pick Nakobe Dean. And that really hurts me to say because Nakobe Dean, I think, is a great player. Athletic, versatile, authentic linebacker. You think about that pick that he had in Kelly Green against the Jaguars, where he just went up for that ball. He's done.
He saved us the game.
He's done everything that the Eagles have asked him when he's on the field. The problem with Nakobe is that he's too injury prone. And that's where I start to worry a little bit, right? It's like, okay, we're going to pay a guy that maybe may be there half of the time, and he's getting older. Not like he's old yet, but I feel like it'll be mutually beneficial for Nakobe Dean to walk, for the Eagles and for Nakobe. I think Nakobe could get himself in a better position and would love to see that.
Yeah, it's tough. But I'd probably go with, out of those three, probably unfortunately go with Reed. I know he's our friend, obviously, and got to meet him. Great guy. But I definitely think if you got to pick over that, I mean, I'm going to go with Reed. I mean, I know Nakobe Dean seems like he's had some injury bugs, definitely like that. But I feel like when he is healthy, he is one of the better linebackers in this league. I definitely feel like he's one of the nice young linebackers. So I feel like, yeah, I mean, I don't think you can really – I mean, the guys that you can split off from the Philadelphia Bulldogs is a guy like Kaylee Ringo. That would be something where, like, you know what, that's fine. Like, that's not that drastic of a move. No one's going to be crying over that. So I'd probably go with Reed, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, I know Dennis is probably skipping and dancing for joy. Doesn't mean that I hate Reed. I don't hate Reed at all. Dennis does. But if I had to choose, that's what I would go with. Because I do feel like Jordan Davis, I'm glad that I still believed in him. I'm glad that I still I still really kept his stock going and really believed in what he was, his progressions and everything like that. So definitely it's been awesome to see his growth as a player and as a leader, I feel like. So, you know what, I say keep Nakobe and keep Jordan Davis.
Yeah, well said. But that's all we got for you guys tonight. Appreciate KJ McCoy being on here. Appreciate Jesse stepping into the throttle, being our producer tonight. Well, Jaden is out. Thank you very much, Jesse. If you guys aren't doing anything tomorrow night, your boy will be on Philly Sports Pulse. I'm filling in for Adam, so it's going to be a ton of fun. Jesse and I are going to be cutting it up, talking everything that's latest and greatest in Philly sports. So I hope to see you guys there. I believe at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. So come out, come hang out. I would really hope to see you guys there. And that's pretty much all we got. What's up?
I was going to tell people, if anybody is in Clearwater on Sunday, shoot me a DM or something like that. I'll probably be in the same kind of area I was last time. If you go and watch the vlog that we did a couple years ago, I'll be, the Berm area, right?
Yep, the berm. Yep.
That's literally where my tickets are. So I'm literally where the berm is. That's really right where the field. That's right where the lawn area is. So I'll be out there. I'm not going to have a glove out there, but you know what? If a ball comes my way, I'm catching it barehanded. But if you're there, let me know, because I'm probably just going solo at this point. So, but it'll be a lot of fun. Definitely going to be missing Dalt's presence. It's going to be a little different this time, so it's gonna be definitely different. But
hopefully I can get back there soon with you. Maybe next year we'll go back down. Got to save up that vacation time because we're trying to actually go to the NFL draft this year. So stay tuned for more on that. But that's all we got for you guys tonight on 302 Birds. I appreciate everybody who supported, who dropped a like, who dropped a heart on Facebook. If you're watching on any of those outlets, and you can do that if you haven't, that would be a ton of help to us. And subscribe and comment and like on YouTube if you can as well. Other than that, I hope everybody has a great and safe week. And as always, God bless. Go Birds.
Here we go. 302 Birds. You know, stinks. Go Birds.
Your favorite
Go Birds.